How's it, guys? If it was the middle of November instead of the end of April, I would be standing in front of a line of bright red blossoming flamboyant trees. I am standing in front of a line of flamboyant trees, but they're not blossoming because it's April. Now, I remember, as I'm sure many other people do, in childhood times, the moment when you saw the flamboyant tree come out and you knew that Christmas was just around the corner. These are trees number 10 in Lyn Mullin's historic Trees of Zimbabwe. Planted in the early 1900s, the flamboyant is Delonix regia, is a Madagascar tree, also sometimes called the flame tree, not to be confused with the Nandi flame tree, which is also quite common in Harare. And as I said, it's a beautiful, beautiful so-called flamboyant, beautiful, beautiful red blossom. And this street, particularly fine, Blakiston Street. It's also rather special to me personally because I'm standing here in Blakiston Street on the corner of Lawson Avenue. Now, when I was a young man in the 1990s, I founded and ran a conservation NGO in Zimbabwe called SAFIRE. And SAFIRE's offices were at number 10 Lawson Avenue, directly opposite me. And SAFIRE still exists. They sold number 10 Lawson Avenue a long time ago, but it's nice for me to come back. And actually, going back to the flamboyants, I remember, I'll show you just now down there, right next to 10 Lawson Avenue, I remember when that flamboyant tree, must have been about 1995, fell down in a storm. And I remember how sad we were that this beautiful tree, which had been planted 90 years previously, had come down. But anyway, and I can see that sadly it hasn't been replaced with a flamboyant, although I do recall that we did try to persuade the city council. But at the time, in the 1990s, the Harare City Council had a thing against exotic trees, and they were looking to plant indigenous trees, and unfortunately it doesn't look as if whatever they planted there actually took. So you can argue the pros and cons of indigenous and exotic trees, but certainly the flamboyant, exotic as it is a really beautiful tree and does give this Blakiston Avenue a particularly remarkable feel during November and December, just as the rains start. So I'm Gus, the African Plant Hunter. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, there's plenty more on my YouTube channel, Facebook, African Plant Hunter. Please do join me again. I'd love to see you, and thanks for watching. Bye.